Welcome back, surf fans. You're watching the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Corona Cero. We're going full on WrestleMania all morning long. 4 surfers in the water, overlapping heats. Barron Mamiya coming up against Seth Moniz. This is some Hawaiian-friendly fire in this lineup. These two surfers have 37 minutes, 21 seconds to go. They're going to be in second priority for the first half of their heat. 7 waves ridden, but one of these guys has got to go full-on murder hornet if they want to achieve greatness here in Saquarema, as we see now. Seth Moniz, 2 quick snaps there. Looks like he's opted for the left bank.
And it's creating the rips and the lumps in the wave. Kind of lost the fins there, so right off the bat, not having the flow that he needed, keep that thing going and finding something that would give you a big score.
It's a quick replay of Seth Moniz that he caught just after that Griffin Colapinto wave. Griff's wave came through at a 4.37. So most likely be around that. He's going to find that wave that will allow him to display all of his skills. Here we go, Barron Mamiya. He had priority in the secondary heat. Snap there, hung up in the lip a little bit, but just adds a little bit of, yeah, I think we've got the best out of both Jake Marshall and Connor O'Leary this season. Meanwhile, Seth Moniz now in the priority heat, throws everything at the wall. It does not stick. He goes down. Moniz and Barron Mamiya. Japina tells me that there's 36 minutes and 47 seconds in the Jake Marshall, Connor O'Leary heat. It was Mamiya taking the floater route out of that wave. We're just glad to have him back, and here we go. There you see the knee brace there. Doesn't look like it's affecting his surfing. That was a huge snap. Cheeky little ollie there for his second move, but the first turn can help him out a little bit. He's just sitting on a 0.50 and a 3.83, so both Seth and Barron almost looking like a mirror image to the heat we just saw from Griffin Zhao. And Marshall and O'Leary. Just one wave in there. Here we go. Deep bottom turn for Seth Moniz. Gets around the section. Nice turn to start this wave. Good little grab there. So solid combination. 2 big backside whips for Seth Moniz. Just as I said, a tempo setter from Seth Moniz.
Well, you saw him earlier hunting to try and find this water, and he found it. This is the type of wave you want that gives you the opportunity in 2 critical sections. I mean, that wave had a nice, beautiful wall. He slowed his bottom turn down just enough to find the vertical part of the wave, and the pace of his maneuvers, everything slipped into that combination perfectly. I mean, this first turn up into the bowl after slowing his bottom turn down, I really like, he did nurse it a little bit and then does a second turn, but the flow of that was perfect. So there was a reason why he slowed himself down and to get back up in there. I loved every part of that wave.
Those butterflies in your stomach when you're taking off on a wave. But can you imagine doing it in front of a crowd this big, knowing you need a big score and you got to surf well, as we see a replay of Seth. Well, tide bottoms out in 10 minutes here. Now we see Seth Moniz again. It looks like he's just grinding his gears coming out of that backside turn.
On priority heat, I feel like you can find a lot of waves.
Seth's kind of reveling in it right now. Finds a barrel, trying to fight through it. He goes down. Well, that's got to be a great feeling for Seth Moniz. That's his first big heat win since Burley Head. Seth Moniz gets the edge on Barron Mamiya, comes through the 7 and a 3.5 straight out of the elimination round. So Seth Moniz now building some momentum here at the VIVO Rio Pro.